All right, wrestling fans, we are back with the Out of the Ring Network podcast post Royal Rumble 2016 reaction show. I am your host, as always, Chris, and joining me on the other side is my co-host, the phenomenal AJ.
That's right. Number 3 damn entrant. Cannot believe it. He finally made his appearance, but that's obviously me as well. But yes, this is your reaction video to the Royal Rumble. And what a pay-per-view that we have tonight. If you think about it, the matches that you had, the outcomes, besides one, it was actually a very good pay-per-view, right, Chris?
you think I love this pay per view? No, I didn't. But we'll get to the parts that I couldn't stand that make me want to punch a hole in my TV. But let's kick this off first with the first match. The first match being the last man standing match between Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. To start off, my opinion, honestly, this was probably match of the night. And they started the fact that they started it off and it was like probably the best match. Now I know like you had the better reactions for like the Royal Rumble later on and who was in it, but as far as like the match itself, this is match of the night probably up there, gonna be up there at the end of the year for match of the year because I thought that Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose put on the show. I like the different spots. I especially like the last spot where Kevin Owens laid Dean Ambrose out on the table. Laid him out on the chairs to set him up for that moonsault. And Dean Ambrose got up and pushed him so that he went through the two tables. Because it's one of those things where they said when Kevin Owens set up the two tables, I was kind of like, and nothing happened from it. I'm like, there they go again, setting up spots and not doing anything with it. But they came back when they came back to it later. I actually jumped off my couch and went, "Oh my god!" So that was obviously you can tell I'm gushing over that match. Once again, fight Owens fight. So, what did you think of that match?
Okay. This is how it actually was. Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose, yes, that was the match of the night. The Royal Rumble match, predictable as always. But how did you not see the two tables stacked on each other? Like, you knew that they were going to come into play. They had chairs all over. They had kendo sticks. They had all these other weapons out there, and they had to use them. Now, on a case of the two tables, I thought when he went through them, that was perfect. No way for him to get up. That was it. 1, 2, 3. But when what was that? He did the throw up power bomb to Dean Ambrose. I thought that was it. I really wanted Kevin Owens to walk out as your new Intercontinental Champion, and I felt like I got screwed out of that. But it was a fabulous match, and I knew coming in that this was going to be the match of the night. I didn't care about the divas. I didn't care about anything else. This was it. So, good match, good reaction from the crowd, good way to start the pay-per-view.
Yeah, like I said, this was my match of the night, and especially since it started off as the first match. They had a mountain to climb going from that and trying to raise the bar from it. But let's go to the next match. Next match was the tag
Usos versus New Day.
Yeah, so for the tag team titles, you can start this off because I'll get to my opinion after you, but you can go ahead.
I'm sick and tired of watching these damn freaking New Day dance. I'm sorry, but they got to stop that shit. Like, as soon as when they come out, they start dancing. I was watching. I was like, please stop. I'm gonna stop watching if you don't stop. The moment of silence to the crowd did not want to give them a moment of silence. They were actually very hot for them. And then Xavier Woods is like, I'm not playing for you guys. I'll play when I want. I'm sorry, that made me laugh, and that was perfect. Match though, Usos, can't stand them. I think they're a stupid tag team. I think the reason why they're so popular is just because they're embracing their Samoan heritage. But sorry guys, you're not going to make it anywhere, just like your father didn't make it anywhere. Happy that the New Day won.
Wait, their dad got into the Hall of Fame. Was it last year?
It
So,
doesn't matter. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame no matter what. Even if you do a porno, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame.
oh no. That's not. We're not covering that anymore. We're gonna move on from the porn star.
But
Slash.
no, what I'm trying to say is that they're going to put anyone in the Hall of Fame with the leaked list that they have already out there. Come on, half those people Regis Philbin. Like, it doesn't matter if you were in the WWE and you had an impact, you're gonna be in the Hall of Fame. That's just like their father. The reason why he's in the Hall of Fame is because he put his ass in people's noses and probably blew farts too, and probably killed people.
Well, whatever. Contrary to here's my opinion of it. I I've been the biggest New Day fan for since before it was cool to like New Day. All these people out there that are like going New Day rocks. I call maybe I'm being the typical fan that's like, oh, you bandwagoners, screw you and get off my lawn. But I'm sorry. I was I was with New Day since before it was cool to like New Day, and now that everybody likes New Day, I'm starting not to like New Day because now, granted, when Xavier Woods did that whole "I'll play when I want to," yeah, I laughed at that, but other than that, I don't know. I'm starting to get tired of the uh, uh, of the of the not I want to say gimmick, but they're becoming too popular, and maybe I just don't like it when people like stuff that I like. So I actually was kind of hoping that the Usos would win, just because then it'll maybe give New Day a little bit of pull them back a little bit, so that they don't just WWE doesn't work them to death. But after New Day won the match, I was actually kind of hoping that the Usos turned heel and went and attacked them when they were celebrating in the ring, because it seemed like the perfect opportunity, because everybody was high for New Day, and there were definitely boos for the Usos. I was kind of hoping that they just be like, you know what, screw this, and just go and just beat the crap out of them, and then just because I think that's one of the reasons why people are starting to get stale on the Usos, is because of the fact that, I mean, they were originally heels. I didn't even watch back when they were heels, but they've been face tag team for so long that I think people are getting a little stale on them. So I think that they actually need to go back to being heels, because it's one of those things where when you become the nice guy team for too long, or you too poppy, then people stop liking you. You turn into a heel, and then you start to put out your best work, and then you can go back to being a face later on, and people love you. So that's my opinion of that match.
I I really hope that at WrestleMania, like, they do something with these tag team titles. They mix it up. They change all the different, like, maybe a different speculation. I think that's what we need, is a new, like, not just a one fall count. I think they need to completely give it a little spark. Like, you're right that Usos and New Day, they're the same things over. But like, when I think the most popular time for the tag team titles was when it was the Shield versus the Wyatts. Like, that's when I was actually rooting for those matches. But now it's like, give me a tables match more often. Give me freaking a TLC match, and I want to have like multiple people in it. I think they need to change it up.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, they did do that with the what was that, the triple threat ladder match or whatever that was, when Xavier Woods threw the trombone at whoever that was climbing to the top, and was like, "Yeah, this is no disqualification. Watch this," and throws it at him. With But I don't know. I think they just need to change up. They need to do like a change up on the whole tag team title picture, because I'm starting to kind of get bored with it. But whatever. I'm done talking about the tag team titles. Let's just move on. Next up is the I hate this match. The next up is the U.S. title match between Kalisto and Alberto Del Rio. If anybody thought that Alberto Del Rio was going to win this match, you are an idiot. I don't care who it is out there where you did your predictions. you're a moron if you thought that Kalisto was not going to win this match, because they don't. The mere fact that they had Kalisto win it just to lose it the very next day, you know that they were going to have him win it again. It's like they went. It's like they gave him his moment, and then they took it back the next day, and they were like, "Damn, we probably shouldn't have did that. Well, let's give him his moment at the Royal Rumble." And they gave him his moment again. I mean, the match itself was the match itself was okay. I'm not that big of a fan of the Salito del Sol, because every time I see it, it kind of reminds me of Eva Marie doing sliced bread or sliced red or whatever the hell that move's called, because it's similar. It's similar, but I mean, Kalisto's cool. They're trying to make. It seems like they're trying to make him be the new Rey Mysterio, but he's just not as enjoyable. And Alberto Del Rio, I don't know. I was happy when he came back. I was actually happy, and they found a way to kill that excitement for me. But I don't know if it was them sticking him in the League of Idiots, or initially putting him with the dude with the big mustache and whatever his name is. I can't remember his name, but
Zeb Coulter.
Yeah, Zed Coulter. I don't know if it was what it was, but they just kind of killed. They kind of killed the Alberto Del Rio for me. Maybe they should. You know what? They should have brought Roberto Rodriguez back.
I mean, they technically still can. There's a lot of things that they could do. We don't know his contract length or anything because they keep all that under control, right? Now, as for Kalisto, you're right. This is a Roman Reigns victory, kind of like how it was a month ago. Roman Reigns won, lost it to Sheamus, then he won it the next night. Like, that's exactly what's happening. But as a new Rey Mysterio, I could see that. His moves are not as exciting, but yeah, you're right. If you didn't know that he wasn't going to win this, you're retarded. If John Cena was still in this match, John Cena would have won. I'm trying to think. Like, the match itself was okay. Del Rio, he's getting stale. Like, they need to put him in a title picture. I don't care if it's for tag team titles or if it's for Intercontinental or even the world title. They just got to figure out how to get him into a bigger place, get him out of the league, and be on his own, make him strong.
Yeah, and you know what? You just reminded me of during the match where Kalisto did some spot and he slipped off of Alberto Del Rio's back.
Yep, I saw that. He was going for a pin. It looked like it was a quick pin. But he just slipped right off the back, probably from Sue Sweat or whatever the case need be. But there was a lot of botches in that match. He fucked up quite a bit.
Yeah, well, that match, honestly, it's like if this match was set up like the first match they had where Kalisto won, that match was actually really good. They had really good spots. They had really good progress to it and really good pace. I just hated the ending of it because it ended on a roll up, and that's how Kalisto won the belt initially. Fast forward to this pay-per-view, and it's like it's like botchamania, and it's kind of like I wish they would have just left it alone. And Kalisto didn't even have this match. They should have had that first match. Should have just been like whatever, did some stuff. Then Alberto Del Rio won by disqualification, and then he gets challenged again at the Royal Rumble. And then they put on the show at the Royal Rumble, have it end with the Salito del Sol. Even though I don't like that move, it's still better than roll up. And then have him win the belt there. That would have been perfectly fine. It kind of would have been predictable, but this was predictable too. And at least it would have been a better fit and a better flow than this mess. But you had any lasting thoughts on this match before we move on to the next one?
The whole night was predictable, dude. Sorry. The whole night was predictable. We guessed every single ending.
Okay, well, next match. It was Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. I'm not gonna lie, and this is the reason why I put that third option on the Twitter poll. I kind of was disinterested about this match. So when this match was going on, I went to watch football.
What? How did you not watch this match?
Because I don't care. Because I don't really care about Charlotte because I know it's going to be a whole bunch of Ric Flair dancing around the ring. Granted, I love Ric Flair, but it's going to be a whole bunch of Ric Flair dancing around the ring. I don't think they're going to give them the leeway to put on a great match. And ultimately, I thought that it was going to come down to just like it was Charlotte cheating because that's what the whole Ric Flair cheat to win thing. And it's like, look, I get that Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter and all that. Ric Flair did not cheat in every single match in order to win. They're playing that up way too much.
But come on, man. You think about it. Like, technically, she didn't win by interference. She put on her submission. Then from there, yes, he threw the jacket at her head, which covered her head. But then she actually finished her properly. She did the spear and finished it. Exactly. That's one of her finishing maneuvers. Now, granted, I would love to see the figure 8 lock. Because, hey, that's the official signature. But we didn't get to see that. But I don't count that as actually cheating.
It was cheating. And you know what? Another thing was, I'll say this. Another thing with Charlotte, I don't understand is why is it that they took away natural selection? Like, that move fits the fact that she's supposed to be genetically superior. That was her whole thing down in NXT, was that she was the genetically superior diva. Like, I mean, she looks like she's genetically superior because she's taller with long legs and a body and all that type of stuff. Not like, oh, she has big boobs and genetically superior because she paid for it, but like genetically superior just because she worked at it. And natural selection actually fit as a name of a move, and it wasn't her playing on once again playing on the past with Ric Flair. And that's one of the reasons why I wish that they stopped putting Charlotte with Ric Flair, because I kind of want to see, because Charlotte was perfectly fine on her own in that NXT, and they'd occasionally bring out Ric Flair, but now they're just making it like, oh, we're gonna keep putting out we're gonna keep bringing out Sasha. I mean, not Sasha. Well, that what? I guess that's a Freudian slip, because I said Sasha because that's what I'm thinking about, because that was the only thing that happened that was interesting to me, was when Sasha Banks came out.
Yeah, when that theme song hit, everyone went nuts in the crowd, which was super exciting. But you also had her attack Becky said, "Get out of my spotlight," which was awesome. I thought that was pretty great. I don't think Becky Lynch should have been called up. I think it was too early for her. I think she should have stayed in NXT, and I think it should have just been focused on Charlotte and Sasha with Paige along with the other divas. But I am begging that they do maybe a triple threat at Fastlane, and then just Sasha and Charlotte at WrestleMania. That'll be the perfect match, and let them be. If you give them that match, that's your WrestleMania moment right there, just for the divas.
Well, maybe, but I think another avenue that they can go down is if they did Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks at Fastlane, and then the winner was to take on Sasha. I mean, not Sasha. The winner to take on Charlotte at the WrestleMania. Granted, that Sasha would ultimately win, but I still think that they could put on a match that would be pretty good. And leading up to that match between Charlotte and Sasha Banks, and to have to have Charlotte be like, all right, Dad, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do this on my own to show that I am genetically superior and I am the diva to beat. And she goes out there and then she loses to Sasha Banks. I would actually appreciate something like that, as opposed to Ric Flair dancing all around and doing all this other type of stuff and gyrating and going nuts. So, but I enjoyed when Sasha Banks came out and kicked Becky Lynch out of the ring. I was like, yeah, get out of her ring. So
you're right on that, but they will not take Ric Flair out of this WrestleMania unless he screws up something personal. Because
or gets drunk.
Yeah, exactly, something personal. Because they need as much star power as they can. Yes, Ric Flair is not his biggest star anymore, but they're gonna have a shit ton of legends there. Yeah, I guarantee you they're gonna have backstage promos. They're gonna have all that. more than they will have at any other pay-per-view previously, just for the fact that they want to have everyone. They're going to get every name in there. So it's going to be, and this is what I'm predicting now, 70 days earlier, technically 69. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte with Ric Flair on the side.
Well, that's not too much of a reach, but I mean, hey, as long as they actually do something with Sasha Banks, because you can't have the crowd clamoring and calling for Sasha for months, and they don't do anything with her outside of putting her in Team Bad. One, Team Bad, that's a stupid name. Two, I think that they need to. I've already said this, that they need to stop this Team Bella, Team Bad, Team PCP, PCB, BCE, all that. They need to stop it because it's not doing anybody any favors. All it does is hold back wrestlers that actually need a push. Nobody's interested in anybody in Team Bella, not anymore, because Brie can't do anything as far as I'm concerned. Alicia Fox, they don't have her playing the character that she should be playing. PC, whatever, that whole thing is broken up, so that's fine. But now it's just Rick and Charlotte. But Team Bad, I don't know. I feel like their Team Bad is trying to become the female version of the New Day, and it's not really working because they don't have that Xavier Woods person that brings their charisma together. So they just pretty much need to break them up too, and then have Sasha go out, do some things, get the crowd into the Divas again. Naomi actually needs to go back to being a face because obviously she don't like being a heel because she's not good at it. She was better at being a face and people and getting the crowd to cheer and do all that stuff as a Funkadactyl, as opposed to being a heel and people not liking her. So
let's move on from that.
Yeah, okay, that's enough to talk about the Divas. All right, that just, unless I'm missing a match, which is possible.
The next match is the Royal Rumble.
Yep, so that just leaves the Royal Rumble match itself. You can go ahead and start.
Okay, so we know who number 1, number 2 is. Rusev versus Roman Reigns rematch from last year. And I was actually surprised that Reigns eliminated Rusev like really quickly. Like, I was like, what? Really? And then number 3 hit. Holy crap. I couldn't wait for number 3. AJ Styles. Whoo, baby, man. I jumped up out of my bed. I was so quick on watching that. I hated, though, how they continue to tease his finisher maneuver, but it wouldn't let him hit it. Like, come on, you let everyone else pretty much hit their finishing maneuver. You let Roman Reigns hit it later in the match like 10 times, but you won't let AJ Styles, who's a new person who needs to get pushed in front of a new crowd, new kids, to show off all of his moves. I did love the Pele kick that he had, but the match itself, predictable. The fact that Roman Reigns got pulled off from the League of Nations and then carted away, gone for most of half the match, and then comes back towards the end to get eliminated. I was okay with that. He deserved it.
Okay, so I'll start for me. I'll start off from the beginning, and then I'll address the end part later. But for me, AJ Styles, obviously AJ Styles starting coming in number 3, had that excitement. I like when the music hit. I was kind of like Roman Reigns. I'm like, who the hell is this? So, and then the crowd goes nuts, and I'm like, wait, is it? And then when you see him walk out, it was just like, holy crap. And I stood up off my couch, and I'm like, it's AJ Styles. Let's go. Only had one problem, though. The problem I had with AJ Styles being in at number 3 is the fact that he should have been in the middle of the Royal the Rumble. I think that they should have switched AJ Styles and Sami Zayn's number. Because Sami Zayn, you could have brought him in as number 3, and he had that pop too, had that excitement, and during the Royal Rumble, there's always this lull of superstars that come in that are just like you don't care. So the next person coming in, you don't care. Next person comes in, you don't care, and so you're just like, man, whatever. So I think that's the reason why I think that they should have switched Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, because if you'd have had AJ Styles in the middle of the Royal Rumble, you would have went from like Sami Zayn, like the middle of the Royal Rumble went like this. Sami Zayn would have bumped it up like here, and then it would have went down, and then AJ Styles would have had this huge gap where people would just got way excited, and them not having him coming in third, it's like it kind of sucked. Although, I mean, that part is, I guess you could say, it's kind of nitpicky because the crowd was feeling him the whole time he was in, and I actually love the fact that they had Kevin Owens eliminate him. Yes.
No, I don't want to hear that. No, that is not the case. That was the worst decision. Okay, maybe it was okay decision because it's Kevin Owens. I actually like Kevin Owens, so I was okay with that. But the fact that Kevin Owens eliminates AJ Styles, that gets eliminated like right after, I was so upset. I'm like, come on.
Okay,
Sorry,
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this: would you be okay with Kevin Owens eliminate AJ Styles if it sets up a match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles later?
Oh my God! Please have that be my WrestleMania match.
Yeah, see, that's exactly why I like the fact that AJ Styles got eliminated by Kevin Owens, because I can see because hopefully Kevin Owens is done with the whole Intercontinental thing and they can move him on to something else. But if they have him either go up against, well, I can kind of see Sami Zayn again, but I don't want to see that because they already did that. But like having Kevin Owens go up against AJ Styles would be just ridiculous. That's why I was happy. That's why when AJ Styles got eliminated, I was like, all right, nice setup. Come on, let's set this match up. And he was even talking crap to him when he was outside the ring, like, bye, AJ.
So, like, with something like that, when Kevin Owens first came in the ring, AJ Styles and him first thing went at it. If they have that for Fastlane, I will be so upset. That'll probably, in my opinion, that'll be the match for that pay-per-view. The only reason I'd watch it. Now, it all depends on how they want to play AJ Styles, because AJ Styles is so new. His moveset is unique. He can play against the heavier guys. He could play against the lower end guys. Like, he can do all those different things. Now, Brock Lesnar and the Wyatts were cleaning house. I was like, get these Wyatts out of here. Brock Lesnar comes out, eliminates them all, which was perfect. But I knew as soon as that happened, I knew he was going to get eliminated by the Wyatts. That broke my heart this night. It broke my heart.
Well,
come on, think about it.
Everybody saw the setup for Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. That's the name of this pay-per-view is called like predetermined setups. Predictable predetermined setups. Because that's all it was. You every time something happened, it was like, they're doing this for this purpose. And that was one of the main ones. And before the Royal Rumble started, everybody knew that Brock Lesnar somehow, some way was gonna get eliminated by the Wyatts. Now, did I see the Wyatts getting back in the ring and eliminating him? No, but I also didn't see Brock Lesnar freaking laying out literally everybody in the ring.
Suplex City, baby. That's all it was. I was wearing my Suplex City shirt all night. But yeah, I still think he should still be in it because he got eliminated by people that were already eliminated. That is not fair. That is bullshit. Or I know it's me just talking and saying my opinion, but it's bullshit. But then again, you had Kofi Kingston sitting on top of fucking Big E's shoulders like a quarter of the match because he didn't want to get back in the ring. I'm like, come on. Like, it's ridiculous now that every year everyone's expecting, what's Kofi going to do? What's Kofi going to do? And that's the best that they came up with. That's retarded.
Yeah, kid. They got a little lazy on that one. Like, yeah, we're gonna have him sit on Big E's shoulders and then be on the side eating popcorn and drinking pop. And then you don't even know that he got eliminated. It had to go like when they were talking about like, Kofi got eliminated. I'm like, how the hell did Kofi get eliminated? They had to show a replay of like, I think it was Neville kicked Kofi when he was on Big E's shoulders and knocked him off or something. I don't know. That was dumb. Like if you like. if you're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna have New Day out there and Xavier Woods talking smack and probably playing with the crowd and doing all that type of stuff, once again, depending on New Day, at least show when he gets eliminated. It was so unfocused on that. Like, I think that was stupid. How do you not show, or like you have him get eliminated when something else is going on, so that you don't even know what the hell is happening? So I just thought that was bad. Like, them eliminating Kofi like that was stupid. But oh wait, before you start, I want to address something. As soon as League of Nations pulled Roman Reigns out of the ring and started attacking him, what'd you tell me?
Roman Reigns is gonna win.
Yeah. So I don't know if I texted this to you, but I was basically saying, either to myself or my roommate, or I don't know, whoever would listen. It all depends on when Roman Reigns comes back. Because as soon as they kept saying he's not out, I'm like, you're obviously telling everybody that he's not out for a purpose. And I'm like, if he comes back, if they reveal 30 and then number 30 and then he comes back, Roman Reigns is gonna win. If he comes, and I was gonna text you this, if he comes back at number 28 or 29, I guarantee you Triple H is 30. And I've been calling for this I've been saying this for weeks. It's still, and this is, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna get cut to the very end of this pay-per-view.
Hold on. Before you do that, the best part of this night was, and I'm sorry for all the viewers that are gonna watch this and get upset with me, but I loved how they had Titus O'Neil, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth.
I hate you.
All you guys are in the ring, and they were the first to get eliminated out of everyone else. I'm sorry, but that was hilarious to me. You guys, like, you watch them, everyone watches them, and you see, I'm sorry, it's not a racial thing, but like, you see all the black people right in the middle, and then each one gets eliminated one by one by one. That, like, I think they were trying to talk to the Oscars about that, but that's a whole nother subject. But I needed to bring that up, that for the 2 minutes that they were all in the ring, they got eliminated pretty damn quick.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you, WWE, you racist bastards. I'm sick and tired of black folks not having a chance. Like, I get that, you know, they love the New Day and they love the New Day entertaining and all that type of stuff. But let's be honest here. You got R-Truth acting a damn fool, running out there like he's in a damn ladder match. Everybody's looking at him like, what the hell is he doing?
That was great. He not the biggest
R-Truth run out there like a buffoon, and then you got Titus O'Neil. He's in his home state. Yep, he's thrown over. He eliminate him. You got Mark Henry coming to the ring. Yep, eliminate him. Get rid of him. So
which could be his last Royal Rumble too. He says he's not extending his contract, so
I don't blame him. Why the hell would I want to extend a contract when all I'm doing is getting made into a jobber? They had him job to Neville a few weeks ago or a month ago. That was ridiculous. Thank you for bringing that up to add to my anger with this whole Royal Rumble thing. But now back to the point I was going to make. My point was that as soon as Roman Reigns got pulled out of the ring, I said if he comes back and it's 20 and they're at man number 28, he's not going to win because number 30 is Triple H. Once again, like I said before, if anybody thought that Triple H was not in this Royal Rumble and was not going to win it, you are an idiot, because everybody knew from jump the whole point of all this stuff that they're doing is so that Roman Reigns fights Triple H for the belt at WrestleMania. And so you know that they're going to have the only way that they're going to be able to do, they're going to do that. I'm not going to say the only way because there's many ways you can do it. But the way that they were going to do it was that you're going to have Roman Reigns gets attacked, blah, 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 perseveres through all of that. And then Triple H comes out 30 and Triple H eliminates Roman Reigns and wins the belt so that it's Roman Reigns versus Triple H so that Roman Reigns can have his moment at WrestleMania and yay, everybody's happy. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if they're trying to ruin the whatever momentum Roman Reigns had before, or they're just stupid. Because clearly at the beginning of the match, everybody was booing the hell out of Roman Reigns once again. And this was the problem that I said when they turned the Royal Rumble into for the title. The problem I had was that you take any type of momentum that Roman Reigns had, you actually had people cheering for him when he won the belt because he beat the hell out of Triple H the night before, or however long it was before with TLC. When he beat the hell out of Triple H, everybody was going strong for Roman Reigns. Thank you, Roman. It carried over to when he won the belt. When he won the belt, everybody was happy for him, and it was okay. It was cool going on weeks. And then tonight, everybody booed Roman Reigns again. It's just like all the work you did over the whole year, and when you finally got it right, you invalidated it by making this match for the belt, because then that means that people are going to see it as, oh, here we go, Roman Reigns going to win again. Boo Roman Reigns. And what do? They boo Roman Reigns. And what happened? What does that mean? Anybody that has a possibility of winning Roman Reigns, they're happy about. So when Triple H comes out as number 30, everybody's going freaking ballistic. Why? I know why. It's because they're happy that Roman Reigns is going to win. But I'm like, why would you be happy that Triple H wins the belt? That just means more authority for up until at least WrestleMania. And I'm tired of the authority, and I'm tired of these predictable storylines. Once again, the Royal Rumble for the past 3-4 years, you knew who the winner of the Royal Rumble was going to be before the damn thing before the thing started. Weeks before you started, before you knew that Triple H was going to win this year. Last year, you knew Roman Reigns was going to win. That's why he got booed. The year before that, it was who? Batista?
Mm-hmm.
Batista won the Royal Rumble. That's why they booed him. The year before that, who was it? John Cena. You knew John Cena was going to win it because The Rock had just beat CM Punk for the belt. So you knew they were setting up Rock versus the Cena for the belt at WrestleMania. He got booed too. When you go these predictable routes to get to these matches that you think that are big, all it does is make people not like it. They don't like how it's getting built up and being pushed, and then they boo whoever wins the Royal Rumble. So I'm kind of like, they need to turn Roman Reigns heel, but the whole problem and the reason why they can't make Roman Reigns heel is because they've been trying to make him the main face to go up against the authority, and so they can't make him heel because it looks stupid if you make him heel, because the only way you're going to make him heel is if he joins the authority, but he's been fighting against them for so long, and against Seth Rollins, who's eventually going to come back. So it's
Seth Rollins is going to come back as a face. We know that. He's going to come back as a face because the fans are going to want him back. Now, on a case of when he came out, the fans are booing, yes, that is 100% true. He was getting booed like no other. Now, Triple H and Roman Reigns, like, that ending, yes, it was predictable. What I did like, though, is when he did eliminate him, his reaction, like, telling him to suck it, back old DX days. Like, oh, man, like, I was so excited for that. But it was Dean Ambrose and Triple H left in that ring. Dean Ambrose, like, I don't think anyone expected that. And I think he was feeling the tingles. He was feeling excited. Like, that was, like, he knew, obviously we know the outcome already of the match. But, like, come on, you're technically in the main event then. So, and they could have, if they really wanted to, they could have had Dean Ambrose win. My only concern is, what are they going to do between now to WrestleMania? There's Fastlane there. So there's a title picture that has to come into play. Triple H has to defend it, or what? Like, that's going to be the sad thing, is if you have another pay-per-view that's going to have a predictable ending outcome, you're not going to get what you want out of the next pay-per-view, and it's going to be pretty stupid. Waste of time, and not going to be what people want. You're going to lose viewers, you're going to lose subscribers, and that's what WWE wants, is they want the viewers. They want to make this the biggest WrestleMania, but next pay-per-view, it's like, okay, what can they do without screwing anything up? And they're playing the safe card.
Here's what they're going to give us. They're going to give us a match. I'm going to call it now, just because this is probably a month before Fastlane. They're going to give us a match between Roman Reigns and some random person. It don't matter. And Triple H is not going to defend the belt at Fastlane. That's not going to happen. they're gonna have Roman Reigns fight somebody, and then it's gonna be like if Roman Reigns wins, then he becomes the number one contender for the belt, and Roman Reigns is gonna win. They're gonna stack all the odds because everything that they do is to be to get people to like Roman Reigns. So they're gonna stack all these odds against Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be like, yeah, he has to fight in this match and do this and all this other type of stuff. And they want to have people it to be like he's fighting through all this adversity in order to get to Triple H. And it's like, I don't care because you've been doing that for over a year trying to get Roman Reigns over, and it's boring people. Nobody wants to do it. No one wants to see it. It's not interesting at all. This is one of the pay-per-views where before they announced that that the belt would be on the line, this was one of the first Royal Rumbles in a long time where I was actually excited about it because I'm like, this could turn into I have no idea who's gonna win it beforehand. At that point I didn't even know who could be the possibility, like the final four. I had no idea. And so I'm like, it depends on who they want to push. So this was beforehand, and I was like, this is going to be like probably one of the best Royal Rumbles because it's going to be unpredictable. And they found a way to make it predictable. And all these places that I saw where people were saying that this is a great stipulation because now we don't know who's going to win the Royal Rumble. You're full of crap because you know who's going to win the Royal Rumble if they put the belt on the line, because you know that it's going to either be Roman Reigns who had the belt, or especially once he beat up Triple H and Triple H said, "I'm gonna get you back when you least expect it." You knew it was going to be Triple H, and especially when since they don't release the list of who's in the Royal Rumble anymore because they like those surprise entrants. You knew that 30 was going to be Triple H. Why do you think Vegas had the highest betting odds on Triple H, even though nobody said anything about Triple H being in it? So I don't mean to gripe or rage out because I feel like I'm making a damn video on Destiny again, but
Your favorite game?
no, I'm just tired of this predictable booking. Like, can you give me something that's surprising? It makes no sense how you can get such good stuff down at NXT and get such crap on the main roster.
It's the creative team. The creative team is completely different, and Vince McMahon has full control. That's going to be your difference maker. And at WrestleMania, we're going to know all the outcomes before it happens because, hey, we're the fans. We read the internet. We do all this. And, like, we just know how it all plays out now. There's no new excitement besides when they get the newest stars, and we could just only hope that they don't bury them. That's why I'm hoping with AJ Styles. I'm shocked that he's going from New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, all those other ones to straight WWE Raw, the main roster. I would have loved to see him in NXT. But I know when Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, oh, please give me Finn Balor soon. Those two go at it for WrestleMania. Woo! I'm sure we'll get some great matches then. Now, will they get main title shots? Probably not. I'm afraid that these guys are just going to get mid-card slots.
Well, you're probably going to get mid-card. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to get mid-card slots. Hopefully, it's a thing where hopefully they build it up so that you start them off in the mid-card because, back in the day, like the mid-card, like for the IC title, used to be one of the best feuds and stuff like that. It had the best talent. It wasn't necessarily the main belt. So you might be able to get something, that type of dynamic now where the mid cards are have better matches than the top people, but eventually you want to build them to become the headliners. And I just hope that they don't do this mid card thing to eventually drop them down the toilet. Like, I kind of feel bad for Tyler Breeze because he's been clamoring to come to the main roster for like the longest time. And then he finally gets to the main roster. They have him lose his very first match against Dean Ambrose in a match that he shouldn't have even been in the first place. And he's just been in the toilet ever since. So it's just kind of like, what's the point? So I don't know. Well, do you have any final thoughts on this pay-per-view, on the Royal Rumble, or anything else?
No, I'm going to be posting a video up on WWE 24 that they just posted after Royal Rumble with my predictions, most likely. Or everyone should get a review from one of us shortly on maybe something else on the WWE Network. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. So we're gonna end it right here. Thanks for tuning in. We will come back to you on Thursday, give you our reactions to Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, they give us something decent to good, as well as what's going on during the week of wrestling. Until next time, this is Chris with Out of the Ring Network Podcast and AJ, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.